Hello there everyone, this is iMark3 and welcome back to the giant Stumpy Robot Simulator, by which I mean of course, MechWarrior Online. There has been a wow, already tripping over my own tongue. There has been a slight break in MechWarrior Online content for the first week-ish roughly of the new year, so if you're just coming back to this one, Happy New Year. Here's hoping it goes well for everyone involved. And if my voice seems a bit low or a bit rumbly, I have been told on a recent video of the crust that well, my voice does sound off, and that is just because I happen to have caught a mild case of the sniffles this year. Pretty cold weather where I am, and a bit strange because normally I manage to avoid that completely, but hey, something slightly different to start out the year. There we go. Also, speaking of starting out, we have before us today a Griffin, the GRF-2N. Yes. And that's because we're doing what I have been saying I will be doing, which is going back through the list of all of people's comments and loadouts or other requests I will start to go through as we go, because the world always needs more content with giant stompy combat machines. At least that's my opinion. Though I will of course preface this by saying that I am not copying the loadouts given word for word. I might be tweaking them or adjusting them for different situations, things like that. So I'm not necessarily locked in on things. And in this case, I'm not quite copying the loadout given by Veeot Dragon back when I was running the stealth loadout on this, because this mech is not quite the same. But anyway, I'll just splash up in editing the actual loadout for you. Veeot Dragon's Griffin 2N is fitted with a 255 light engine. It carries endo steel, light ferrofibrous armour, one extra heatsink. Its weaponry is split between a pair of I almost did it perfectly! No, light ppcs in the right arm, and a pair of MRM-20s with 4 tons of ammunition. Also, of course, it has a Guardian ECM because they are pretty hard to pass up when your mech actually has that slot. I said almost because I actually said that from memory. Yeah, I said that from memory because if I can't tab out of MechWarrior Online, it's one of those games where if I tab out, it mutes, and so I would lose the background audio and music going on. So, yes. I memorized loadout before I said that, though at a glance you can probably tell that this Griffin does not quite follow that mould. Yes, there's too many missile pods. Worth noting, by the way. Some mechs which have an additional pod on the shoulder or a change to the mech's geometry for a missile hardpoint, they actually reduce the size of the hardpoint regarding if it's a up to a 10 tube launcher, sometimes a 15 tube launcher. So they would have like a smaller hardpoint. The Griffin is not one of those. The missile hardpoint for the first slot is always this big drum symbol, greatly increasing the size of your side torso hitbox. Anyway, what have I done? Why does this mech have more tubes? Let's have a look, shall we? This mech has endo steel chassis, double heat sinks, but instead of the light ferro, it retains the stealth armor. That's the big compromise on this mech, retain the stealth armor, mainly because changing your tech upgrades around is one of the 3 most expensive things you can do consistently in this game. Probably 3rd in rank, while the most expensive is tied between buying new engines, depending on how big the engine is, and outright buying new battle mechs. So yeah, the thing is, if you buy engines and battle mechs, you can actually get something for that. These, it's just a number, so just because you don't really get anything of value for it, it's probably higher than ranking 3rd, it's just 3rd in terms of consistently overall expense every time you do it. In terms of return on that money, probably 2nd, maybe even an easy 1st, who knows. Anyway, yes, this mech has stealth armor, which is why this build is a little bit different. The 255 light engine has been enhanced to a 275 light engine, entirely to unlock that internal engine slot to give me a place to put the double heatsink, because stealth armor locks up A solid 10 slots. So I had to find the slots anywhere I could basically scrape them out. So there we go. Carries the Guardian ECM, of course, required for the stealth armor. Primary weapons are still the pair of light ppcs, which Veeot Dragon said they actually built their Griffin to handle because it was back when they were first testing it out. But my difference is also in the missile weaponry. Twin MRM-20s have been replaced by quad MRM-4. Technically I have an MRM-40. Quad MRM-10s, thank you so very much. Also, 1 ton of ammunition has been sacrificed, so 3 tons. This is a side grade situation apart from the loss of ammo. Because the MRM-10s, they take up not quite the same space. Let's bring up the table here for you. So basically they take up 1 extra slot compared to an MRM-20, but they free up a ton in return. And I had to get the tonnage for that engine from somewhere, so that is something you can do there. Forgive me, the music's going to blip out for just a moment. I don't quite remember this, so tab out real quick. Yes, I was remembering that part correctly. Okay, so double MRM-10 versus MRM-20. Even with a quad layout like this, MRM-10s don't have a heat spike from Ghost Heat, so not too shabby. They do, however, run hotter than the MRM-20 they replace, but they do also fire more quickly, and their bursts are shorter as well, so you got an increase in DPS in return for that. And honestly, Veeot's loadouts, Veeot has enough slots to actually make the exchange if they feel like it, so they could replace their 20s for 10s, and that would free up another 2 tons. And honestly, my immediate thought with that is, if they were willing to swap out another ton of MRM ammunition, they could even replace the light ppcs. Come on. They could replace the light ppcs with, I believe it is... always struggle to find things when I want to. Yes, that would give them enough tonnage to actually replace the light ppcs with a binary laser in the arm instead, if you were so inclined. Or even then, 2 tons, that's enough to upgrade the engine and or upgrade the armor. Probably a mixture of both. And if I recall, I could actually put in a 280. Yes, I could. It's just that I just don't happen to have one lying around in the shed, so I've not bought one. There's a bunch of builds in recent videos where a 280 would have been able to fit instead of a 275. Maybe I should actually invest in one. I have the C-builds right now. But yeah, this is my build. Slightly tweaked, all in the name of retaining that stealth armor and not spending the money to dismount and then probably later remount it. How will this do? Don't know. It doesn't really trade much of anything except for a slightly worse heat performance, so less skirmish potential ever so slightly, because it overheats more rapidly with the quad versus the duals in the MRM department. Also, it doesn't really have the cooling to properly really lay into the stealth armor either. So stealth armor would have to be used kind of sparingly, but it is there as an option. So that's why I think this is kind of a side grade overall, rather than a flat out upgrade, because it's like, oh my god, it has stealth, it is automatically better. Maybe, maybe not. It's a situational upgrade in this case. The mech just isn't spec'd properly to handle it. But yeah, there we go. This is my attempt at following the first loadout Veeot ever sent my way. I hope you like it, I hope it found it interesting. And without further ado, let's throw it up against other Stompy war machines to see how well it holds up. The thing I'm most concerned about, honestly, is the loss of a ton of ammunition. 2 tons per MRM-20 actually sounds decent to me. 3 tons between 4 MRM-10s? That's pushing towards low ammunition count, I think. But since I haven't trust tested it yet, I am not entirely sure. With that said though, roll on match number 1.
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
This is command. Eliminate all enemies, no matter the cost.
Okay, here we go. Match number 1. Hello, Archer. Always welcome to see. And the game mode is the good old reliable, the Mining Collective. The game mode is Skirmish. I always remember that one comment towards the end of last year. It's like about why they don't really like MechWarrior Online, and one of the reasons given was basically all its game modes are a variant of Skirmish. Sadly, it's a multiplayer combat shooter. It's kind of hard to escape the whole death ball, murder everything that's not on your team kind of thing. So that's just the way it goes, really. Ooh. Anyway, I was going to say something else. Oh yes, I remember one. Right, one potential thing to consider with this build is... You probably saw me swapping around my firing mode last time. This mech can function as a mid to long range sniper fairly comfortably, with the stealth armor especially, just relying on those ppcs. But the missile launchers, I'm undecided if I would want to try firing them in salvo mode or chain mode. Because chain mode would give me freedom to miss, as I could just keep on reloading and firing the next launcher in line. But burst mode would mean one burst and then twist and turn away. Everyone's going this way. I'm going to go this way.
Target spotted.
Because I do not want to be engaging stealth. Something gribbly that way lurks. Hi! Missed.
Target spotted.
Popped in and out of existence just down there. Ooh. Oh, other thing working out. I didn't buy much in the sales. I did actually buy the entire champion line in the end, as I said I was thinking of doing. Because, you know, 60-ton mech for 2 to 3 million C-bills. Not shabby at all. Especially since I liked the performance of the first one I tried. And the other thing is, I also picked up the hero variant Hunchback.
Stop fucking NASCARing, you fucks. Your heaviest assaults to fucking collectively 40% damage.
Need assistance. Affirmative.
Yeah, I realised that. I was trying to stay close to you guys. So yeah, unfortunately, as my ally was complaining there, NASCARing was going on. It is like... It keeps happening. I'm not sure what led to that phenomenon in the first place, but... Yeah, it's not an ideal thing. Also, there's the fact there's an assault over that way, which we don't know about the condition of right now. Apparently it is alive, just been left behind. Which is far from ideal. Yeah, the enemy got a lot of good licks in because heavier mechs were left behind. Where is the enemy? That is my question.
Need assistance.
That Atlas is
All you guys over in Delta
Target
Spirit
spotted.
Target acquired.
very
New
alone.
target acquired.
are spicy right now. Like, this is TDM. We don't need to be rotating so hard.
Target spotted.
I know there's something over there. I'm going to pop my stealth armor and creep forward ever so slightly and say hello to nothing. Hello, empty space. How are you today? Oh, same as always, echoing in empty and misery. Oh, that's fine. Yes, okay, sure. I know. I feel lonely too.
Need assistance.
It only gets better. Got to remember my PPCs are kind of low slung in this. Ow! What the heck was that? Yeah, I was glad I was in burst fire mode actually, because I don't want to be face tanking that kind of thing. But yeah, it looks like the enemy's actually starting to move in our direction a little bit. And there was an artillery strike. Oh dear.
Sorry. Need assistance. Target spotted.
They're going up high.
Need assistance. Need assistance.
Oh dear. That was a linebacker, I think he was. I forget the hemisphere name for that one. It's been a while since I've seen it.
Need assistance.
Oh, boy. Stop, bro.
I just don't want to keep facing out because my
It's
actually...
gonna go middle. Please. It doesn't matter. You guys are Dude, Stone Rhino, move! What are you doing, bro?
Is that so? Right
Target
back
spotted.
over there.
Need assistance.
Thing is, I know that I saw. I think it was. Still think it was a linebacker
You're
going up
standing
into.
there and letting me fucking eat all of the fucking damage, you fucking stupid ass fuck.
Oh my! It sounds like that guy is not having a good match. Now, where are the enemies? I'm fully expecting them to be flanking around our side, honestly.
Target
New target
spotted.
acquired. Critical damage.
We're experiencing some losses. Don't get sloppy out there.
Left arm
Wait, where's that coming from? Behind?
We've lost half our force.
Oh joy, they are actually right behind us.
critical.
Overriding, I am getting shredded. Just a tiny bit. Go away, please. Thank you.
We're taking critical losses. We need your
Right person.
Ouch. I just spotted the chat saying someone else calm down. Okay, so. Yeah, the hard NASCAR kind of bit us really hard in that one. Oh dear. I did switch my override in. I didn't blow myself to pieces, which is always nice. But 231 dealt, 441 taken. I definitely got my worth out of my armour there. Which I forgot to compare, by the way, is actually slightly heavier than Veeot Dragon's loadouts, all considered. But kind of on par, so not a massive degree. I burned through nearly all of it, though, because of how shredded I got. 231, that's okay. I didn't really get to fight for most of that because of how the match was playing out, though. Ah, well. Not too bad. With premium time... Oh, my premium time has actually run out. I would have earned an extra 25,000 C-bills. We lost, so, you know... That's always worth a lot more when you actually win versus when you lose. Okay. Lost a bit of pilot ranking. I honestly don't care about that. So, roll on match number 2.
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
This is command. Eliminate all enemies, no matter the cost.
Okay, match number 2. Hello there. I've been checked out by an annihilator. Exactly what you want to wake up to have staring in your face before a combat drop. Now, this is not an enemy annihilator, there is that for it. Anyway, yes, welcome. Match number 2. The map is Emerald Vale. The game mode is, once again, Skirmish. Take note, I have 1,200 missiles. I said it was the thing I was most concerned about, but I often forget to check my ammo loadout, so I have no idea how much I spent. I just know it wasn't anything like that much in the last match because of how it went. And given how much... Well, you saw the mech was basically approaching its load limits, as far as combat is concerned, because it was... I engaged my override towards the end as well, just to avoid a shutdown.
Target spotted.
Target acquired.
Oh, there's a fleet running in trying to get some early cheeky scouts. Oop, ow. Thank you for that, LOMs.
Target spotted.
But, yeah. Maybe in sustained combat it might be worth having a cool shot on this as well, just to deal with that overheat a little bit longer when push comes to shove, but it wouldn't have helped me at all in that situation I was in. Sad to say. And
Target
honestly,
spotted.
I mentioned like cost ranking earlier, the top 3 things. I honestly think consumables I would place in 4th. I know, a lot of people use consumables. The fact is, though, they are actually a big chunk of C-bills if you're using the C-bill version, compared to winnings. Especially if you lose it, it might be
New target
assistance.
acquired.
a big chunk or all of your earnings, really.
New target acquired.
Target spotted.
Didn't quite have enough time to reload there.
Target spotted.
New target acquired.
Target spotted.
This blackjack is using X-Pulse. And yes, I missed ever so slightly with that. I try and like eyeball it, pull the trigger, and then I'm already concentrating on invading. So it's like, you know,
40% of the
ow.
enemies are eliminated.
New target acquired.
Yeah, I feel like I've lost what little eye I had for long-range PPC fire.
Target spotted.
New target acquired.
Target spotted.
Oh, someone's dropping
Target
artillery there.
destroyed.
Save your kill. Okay, so I did actually help. I helped, quote unquote.
Target
This
spotted.
annihilator is getting pummeled very quickly.
The enemies are half depleted. Keep pushing. Target spotted.
Just have to keep on pushing, trying to figure out what the hell I'm doing.
Target spotted.
Stick with my annihilator, buddy. Hey, buddy, I've got your back, buddy. You're my buddy. Yes, you are. You're my friend. A big red and black scary friend. Yes.
Target
What are you?
acquired.
You are a thunderbolt. I might have clipped my ally there for a
Target
moment.
spotted.
Hopefully not.
New target acquired.
Target spotted.
Mech
We're experiencing some losses. Don't get
and
floppy out
armour
there.
destroyed. Center torso damage.
Now I'm taking hits. Oh, didn't quite manage to get the shot. Oh well. 300 dealt, 315 taken, so kind of more average there. But I'm getting called out because I kind of pushed around the flank when I shouldn't have. 6 assists outright so far, but I fell to another MRM apparently. MRM, collision. Oh. Luckily I didn't die to the embarrassment that is collision damage in a game which doesn't really technically feature melee combat. Oh well.
Target destroyed.
That's a rifleman. Let's have a look around, see who else we've got left. We are almost winning. On track with a lot of meat lasers, cheetah,
We're detecting no more hostiles.
large pulse lasers, and a pair of binary lasers. I do have this annihilator. I have all the annihilators basically. I just don't really use them much. No, yeah, I did clip that fleet. 9 assists. If I get a lot of assists, I consider that I'm doing my job right. And 83,000, yeah, that's a much bigger thing. If you're winning, it's good to use consumables. If you're losing, then it consumes most of your C-bill intake. Definitely more of a balanced match that, and I'm actually happy with how it went. Apart from clipping my allied fleet. That was an accident. I didn't do too much though. 20 points. Okay, roll on match number 3. I don't think I want to change this build at all. It's actually proving pretty reliable.
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
This is command. Eliminate all enemies, no matter the cost.
Okay, here we go. Match number 3. The map is Bear
One
Claw.
more game on this after this, and I'll have 100 games on Bear Claw.
Congratulations. Nice going. Yep, Bear Claw. Game mode is Skirmish. Hi. And,
Yeah, that's a lot of games on this map.
honestly, I've only seen this map like 5 times myself, so it's like, you know. I've got to remember I am in a somewhat squishy medium. I'm used to having a heavy. If I'm used to having any class at all, it's probably going to be a heavyweight. Also, normally in any kind of actual combat game, I must admit, it's probably shown quite well in my gameplay so far, it's like I'm normally somewhat cautious, trying to do a specific thing, or not being overly exposed when I can help it. But then if it feels like it's going well, or if I'm actually enjoying myself, as I enjoyed myself last match, I can get a bit reckless. Like, I shouldn't have been on my left there in that last map, because I left myself completely exposed and wound up facing like 3 enemies in sustained fire situations. with no cover. That's why I died last time. I also forgot to keep an eye on my ammo. Oh, that plane is a little bit too low for the ground for me. Boo. If an Atlas can't walk under it, it's too low. Devs, please fix. No. Having some smaller places where only the smaller mechs can get to is actually quite nice. Anyway, thoughts on the build? Yeah, the MRM tends to kind of run a bit hot, especially when pushed at full rated output. Like, that can't be helped really.
Acquired.
640, 550, can't hit that. I will back up though because they could hit me. But one thing I've noticed in this is I've barely been touching my stealth armor apart from a few times where I want to hide. There's something big moving at Echo 6.
Affirmative. Affirmative.
I think it's going to flank around the pillar.
Target acquired.
Target spotted.
Oh, and that's what I meant about exposing myself unnecessarily. I am basically popping up in front of... Is that an LRM also over there? I think it is. Yep, there's a Jaeger mech over there, along with other stuff. I can't pop up and duck down like this Raven can because the Raven is just flat out far more agile than I am.
Target spotted.
New target acquired.
So I'm kind of backed myself into a bit of a corner by dropping down into this pit. I was expecting the battle line to advance further forward, and it flat out hasn't. Oh. What was that?
Target
New
spotted.
target acquired.
Affirmative.
I knew there was something nearby because my ECM started acting up.
Target spotted.
Turned out to be a little flea. Little flea. And yes, I'm kind of conscious I have been like ducking in and out of this bit just because, well, my MRMs don't have the range I'm quite used to. I'm used to having something with range quirks with it. Yep, there's those ER lasers and the racks.
New target acquired.
Target spotted.
Well, I tagged it with one. Ah, if only I had the...
10% of the enemy are
that
eliminated.
fleet. Seriously. If only I had the range. Sorry, range. No. It's not often I say this, but I wish I had the shoulder-mounted NG hardpoints of the Grasshopper of all things. Or King Crab's high hardpoints. High hardpoints are great for ridge peaking like this, but
Target spotted.
the Griffin's NG hardpoints are just not fitted that way. Sadly.
New target acquired.
Target spotted.
And as a result, my left shoulder is weakening pretty
Target
quick.
spotted.
Left torso critical damage.
Target spotted.
Target destroyed.
Target
Ow.
spotted.
I thought that was another guy behind us. Turned out just the Warhammer opening up. Kind of melted my armor a little bit. Yeah, I don't mind. I mean, I've lost one of my MRMs. That guy was fitted with AC2s, I think, so that's not entirely unexpected.
Target
We're just trading places with Warhammer, really, aren't we? Come on, I'm up here. Check your shots. Check your shots a bit better.
Target spotted. Assistance.
Target acquired.
Target spotted.
Okay, let's see if I can finally break out of that place I've been ducking in and out of the whole time. My armor is in holes. I don't care about my left arm, it's the arm that's
Target
sacrificial,
spotted.
so, you know, less armor. But I do have to be careful not to overly expose myself at this point. There's a stalker.
The enemies are half depleted. Keep pushing. Target spotted.
Was that an ally that just tagged me there? Oh hey, hello Catapult, how are you doing? Slightly smoked, but okay. Good,
Target
good.
spotted.
Trying to find a decent shot without Getting blown to bits. Oh, there goes... No, I've lost another MRM. Oh no. 700 ammo, so 3 tons is actually fine, I think, for this. Maybe even slightly on the heavy side.
Target destroyed.
Good job.
Right arm critical damage.
Trying to back up there, but I bumped into some... What the fuck?
Experiencing some losses. Don't get sloppy out there.
Target destroyed.
Clean up the survivors.
I hope that was the flea dying. Horrible as it is, bullying the little 20-tonner. Flea's can be a bit of a pain. No, it wasn't. The flea is still there. Ow. Where did he go?
Target destroyed.
Just go see above. Oh,
Affirmative.
PPC destroyed. Loadout inferior missile. Target acquired.
it's a flea and a Highlander. Honestly, I don't see Highlanders that much. The flea's proving to be a bit of a deadly annoyance, but that's also kind of typical.
Target spotted.
And also, I've just realised I've been firing the MRMs in burst mode this entire time,
Target spotted.
which means I've been just fine with that. I've not really required chain fire at all. I'm just aware of if the flea catches up with me, I'm going to die because my rear center torso is shredded.
Target spotted.
And not in the, oh, that is so
Target
muscly
destroyed.
you can use your chest as a cheese grater kind of thing. No, my rear armor is just completely wrecked. By the flea, mostly, actually. Which means I just need to find the little blighter. Sadly, I was about to try and switch my ECM into counter mode to try and help with that, but my ECM has been blown to pieces. So
Sorry.
it is what it is. And it's somewhere over there, apparently. Don't know where, though.
Need assistance.
Now I just have to try and hit the tiny mech that's dodging all over the place. I think that tagged an ally. Sorry.
Ground forces. We're detecting no more hostiles. Good job.
Hey, we did it. Nice. Admittedly, I think there's another match where I didn't get any kills at all. That's fine. As I said before, it's like, if I get a lot of assists, I'm doing my job. 233 dealt, 369 taken, some team damage. I did want to tag my allies a few times in that one, but that's okay. This build, though, not too shabby. I feel like retaining the stealth armor is something that's not really been useful to me overall, so yeah, take that or leave it if you're not trying to lean into using it. I know I barely touched it, honestly, even though I tried so hard to keep it in the mech. So yeah, I'd happily swap that out for, say, more heat sinks, or maybe a firepower upgrade. The engine is decent where it is. Can't say compared to the 255, but this mech definitely felt like it had no trouble in terms of its mobility. And once I got used to it, the heat load from the MRM-10s, it was enough for skirmishing. It was not hampering me as much as I thought, honestly. It was only like a few cases where I was pushing the machine as hard as possible when it was actually becoming an issue. In general combat, it was not a problem. But anyway, yeah, that was match 3, so this is the video. I'll bring my build back up just so you see what I've been using here, of course. And I think Veeot's loadout I showed at the start with the MRM-10s rather than the MRM-20 might be a side grade / slight upgrade for it. There's, as I said, like slightly higher heat, but also slightly higher damage per second, and potentially better speed and or engine. I don't think extra ammo is actually needed, really. But yeah. With that said, this has been MR3. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you guys have enjoyed the show. Feel free to like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Helps out me, helps out the channel, gives you those virtual headbats I oh so crave. I do love me some headbats. And I'll catch you all some other time. See you all later. Yes, I paused for any kind of closing comments, but nothing came to mind. I blame the sniffles myself.